Hello guys and gals, today's video is going to be about how to undervolt your PC, why you would do that, the benefits and risks of doing that, and how to do it. So the key benefits is lower temps, improved performance with the lower temps for your CPU and GPU, better battery life, this is only for laptops, increased hardware longevity, lower thermal stress reduces long-term degradation, potentially excluding the life of your components. Also, you can save with electricity. Less electricity used adds up over time, so it'll kind of hopefully help with the bills. Disclaimer. Notice of risk and liability. Undervolting your PC involves modifying hardware settings beyond factory defaults. By proceeding, you acknowledge that you are doing so at your own risk. Hardware and warranty. Modifying voltage can cause permanent damage to your CPU, GPU, or motherboard and may void your manufacturer's warranty. System stability. Aggressive undervolting can lead to system instability, including random reboots, application crashes, and data corruption. No guarantees. These instructions are provided as is without any warranties or performance or safety. Results vary significantly by individual hardware. The silicone lottery. PC rise from the ashes shall not be held liable for any hardware failure, loss of data, or other damages arising from the use of this information. At the end of the video, I go over ways to fix crashes or shutdowns. So there's 2 steps. It's at the end of the video. You still gotta be careful. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Now that that's out of the way, on to the main topic of undervolt your PC and what to do next. So now onto programs. We're going to do the CPU first because we do CPU and GPU. So for Intel, we're going to use Intel XTU or Extreme Tuning Utility. So that's on the Intel website, or you can use Throttle Shop, which is also a good one for Intel, but I have AMD, so I'm just going to use AMD Master Utility. So that's what I'm going to do. Now we're going to go down here. I hit accept cookies because why not? So I go down here and you're going to see that there's a lot of things that it shows you. So there's download. You have to download the specific series you have for your CPU. I have a 5500, so I'm just going to hit download there, and then we're going to wait and install it. It might take a few minutes, don't worry. So now that we're going to install, this will be the screen once it's installed. So you can read all this, it's all the warnings and everything on how they say they are not responsible for any component issues, any damages, or anything like that. I already went over the risks, so next is going to be the GPU benchmarks. We need benchmarks to do the GPUs to see how well we undervolt. So we're going to do Heaven's benchmark, which is one of my favorites, and then we're also going to do superposition benchmark. So you download those and you install them. Now, there is going to be another thing that we're going to do before we start benchmarking these, and that is we're going to have to get a CPU benchmark. My personal favorite is on Steam for free. It's OCCT. So I'm going to get that one, and I'm going to show you guys how to use it. So we install this, we accept all the agreements and everything. And this one is personally one of my favorites because you have so many options. But first, we're going to start the Heaven's benchmark and do our GPU before CPU. So we're going to run Heaven's benchmark and get our score. So top left corner, you hit benchmark, starts benchmarking. So after this is the before I undervolted it. So we got 4076. You will want to write this down to understand your baseline. Now, we're also going to do the exact same thing with superposition. We're going to open superposition, choose our settings, run it, and get our baseline for the bench. So write down this score right here, 6,530. Okay. We're going to want to open MSI Afterburner. Sorry, my old footage got corrupted, so I'm doing this on my work PC. We're going to go in settings. We're going to turn on the voltage control, and we're going to hit apply and reset it because you have to reset it to apply it. So after that is done, we're going to check the settings. Then we're going to save the default because we want to make sure we have the default saved. So hit save, hit number 1 or whichever number you want. Now we have number 1 for the default. We're going to go into, that is the Windows startup. You only want to do this once you all confirm that you have the right settings. So we're going to Curve Editor. We're going to go to say 900 and we're going to pick this slot. So you're going to want to pick the ones you have for your specific GPU. So you hold shift, you drag it up and down to what number you need. I would always go a little lower than the recommended settings just to make sure. After you are at the correct number, you're going to want to hold shift and drag your mouse over. It'll highlight everything, and you're going to want to click the next box and hit enter and shift twice, and everything will be flat. That's what you're going to want to do. You hit save and you'll hit a number too, and you're going to have that applied to your MSI Afterburner, and we're going to test after this. Now the thing is since this is my work computer, I'm not going to hit apply, but that is what the concept is with the MSI Afterburner. You can use user settings and you can change your fans and stuff. I personally don't do that too much just because of the fact that I don't want to accidentally screw anything up with the fans. A lot of it is automated, so I just keep it as is. And okay. Next, I'm going to open the benchmarks, heaven and superposition. I'm going to want tests. If they crash, I'm going to show you what to do real quick. You're going to want to open MSI Afterburner. After that, you're going to want to go default settings and then open your curve position. You're going to want to go to a lower one than what you previously had before for your GPU. And then you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to do the hold shift, drag your mouse to the right and try and have it all flattened out just like you did before. You're going to hit shift and enter after you click the next box after the one you want on 900, and you hit shift and enter twice in a row. You close that, you hit apply, and you're going to run the benchmarks again. This is my score afterwards, so it succeeded, it did not crash. So after this, we're going to open OCCT. We're going to test my GPU for the 30 minutes. Now this one's going to be interesting because, and just hit start. You have to wait, sadly, or buy stuff, so I'm going to wait. Now with this, you can see the temperature rising, the cores, all that stuff. You can turn off everything like the motherboard, the storage, memory. You're going to turn those off now and keep the CPU going. So with this, you can see all the temperatures, you can see all the energies and the RPMs and the voltage and watts. So now that that's over, we got no errors. So you go CPU, you can change the time on how long you want to test it. I'm going to do 30 minutes because it's longer than a normal benchmark, but it's not going to be like 3 hours long. So there's modes like normal, extreme, load type, cycles, all that stuff. So hit start on your CPU and you'll see how it tests. Now you're going to have to wait a few seconds for that, but hit start, and then it's going to see up top in the left corner the time and everything. I already skipped for the 30 minutes, but you see the temps on the right side. You can see all the CPU cores, the voltage, the temperature. Top part is filters, and the middle part is things you can check. So that is pretty cool. So far, all power and temps are pretty nice. We have temperature is, I believe, 72 Celsius. Nope, that's GPU temperature. So yeah, the GPU temperature is 46.69 Celsius. That's pretty good after the 30-minute stress test. So we can see how our motherboard, which is the JGINYUE B45M Pro, is doing. We can go down on the right side, see how our CPU or PM is doing. So our max was 1654, our mini was 323. So we can check all these stuff, see how the highs and lows were. Now this is this was 30 minutes. Next, we're going to open our CPU program. That's the Ryzen Master. We're going to read the warning. We're going to hit OK. After this, we're going to make sure we're in advanced view, because in the bottom left it says basic. That means we're in advanced. Hit curve optimization, go to settings. We're going to change the testing time for 120. We're going to want it to be 120 because we want to make sure our PC can handle it. Now we're going to make our settings test type only CPU because we already did GPU on the other stuff. Going to hit OK and apply. The different other value, you can make say -30 to -25 with the 5. But I'm going to keep it at -30. This is optimizing, auto optimizing. So hit start, Make sure that's all good. Okay, this screen will pop up. It says 2 hours and 10 minutes till completion. After it's complete, this screen will pop up, says -30. You'll want to make sure these are applied. After this, you'll open OCCT and test it again for half an hour on your CPU. After that, if everything's working good, you'll want to go into BIOS and do overclock. Now, you'll want to read the warning and hit accept if you're willing to do all this. I am, because it's mostly safe. Not mostly safe. It's relatively safe if you're doing it correctly. Precision boost, or PBO for short, you'll want to enable that, and you'll want to go to advanced. You'll want to hit the curve optimization setting. I prefer being safe than sorry, so I always go 10 below the optimized thing that it recommends, because I much rather be safe than sorry. So I'm going to go to -20 instead of 30 that it recommended, because I don't know why it recommended -30. Must have a good CPU. So -20, you're gonna want to make sure that sticks to it. So you're gonna exit and then go back in again, make sure it says -20. After this, if you're gonna test OCCT again, I know it's boring, but go and test it again and make sure it works. If it doesn't, restart. So next is going to show you the benefits again. These are what we hopefully accomplish. We have less voltage for heat, improvements, performance because of heat, we're sustaining longer, battery power for laptops, and we've increased hardware longevity. And then we have the energy saving, which is nice because if you can pay less, why pay more? Okay, so this is part of the video where I'm going to show you on what to do if you did mess up and it crashed. So first things first, if you still see the screen or desktop, the software you use is likely applying unstable settings on startup. Disable apply on startup. Immediately open your Undervolting tool, MSI, Afterburner, or Throttle Shop. Unclick any applied at Windows setting, startup settings, or startup op. Reset to defaults. Click the reset button, often a circular arrow within the software, to return the CPU or GPU to factory voltages. Safe mode recovery. If the PC crashes before you can click anything, boot into safe mode. This prevents third-party tuning software from loading, allowing you to uninstall the program or change its settings. Now, we're going to go over those steps real quick. Okay, so this is how you can boot into safe mode for Windows 11 and technically 10, but I'm sure it's Windows 11 for everyone. So I'm just going to scroll down, and you guys can pause whenever you need to do a test or something, because I'm not going to go through these, but you guys can just read this and follow these steps. Okay, so after this, your PC should run smoothly. Well, you'll be in the boot mode, and you can uninstall or change the settings back to normal, and you should be fine. So after this, we'll have tips and notes. Read all this and follow the steps. Now back to this. We are now going to do step 2 of the PC. The PC won't boot, and this is black screen or BIOS loop. So what we're going to do is we're going to manually reset the motherboard, and I'm going to show you a video on how to do that. Okay, so hopefully you guys can hear me. I took it out of the, I unplugged everything just because it's easier. So you guys will have to follow this step. You're going to have to switch off your power supply. So flip the switch, unplug it. You can keep everything else plugged in, but unplug the power supply and turn off the switch. So what you're going to want to do next is you're going to want to get a tiny screwdriver, flat tip, and with a little rubber piece. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get your side panel off. Cat, Lily? Okay, gonna want to get your side panel off. Now, some motherboards, I'm gonna have to grab the light, give me a sec. Some motherboards have a reset button in the bottom. So kind of somewhere along over here or so, or even in the top. So if your motherboard has that, use that. If your motherboard does not, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to grab the rubber tip screwdriver we have, and we're going to have to undo this. I'm not going to do that because my BIOS and everything is working,
but you're gonna have to get this out lightly with the screwdriver, and then put it down here or so. Hold the screwdriver to it for like 10 seconds, then wait a few minutes and plug it back in. 5 to 10 minutes or so. And that will restore your BIOS. Sometimes it is hidden behind your GPU, so make sure it's not.
So anyway, guys and gals, that's the ending of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and please let me know how you guys performed with all your specs. And as always, many blessings. Bye.